I thought I knew which OLED would dominate 2025 until I dug into the data. Across expert reviews, calibration charts, and thousands of real user comments, two TVs kept rising to the top: LG's G5 OLED and Samsung's S95F OLED. On paper, both look perfect, but when you weigh HDR brightness, anti-reflection, gaming standards, format support, and real-world feedback, a pattern emerges. One is the cinema king, the other is the bright room assassin. I'll break down the facts, no hype, no brand loyalty, so by the end, you'll know exactly which one is right for your room, your habits, and your budget. If you're looking for the best deal on either of these, I've included updated links in the description, so check those out for the latest prices and availability. Let's start with what you see before you even turn the TV on: the design and how it handles light. The LG G5 OLED is unmistakably premium. It's razor thin, designed to mount flush against the wall like a piece of art, but with that glossy finish. It reflects more of your surroundings, especially in rooms with large windows or direct sunlight. Reviewers praised its modern gallery-like look, but warned that reflections can occasionally break immersion in bright spaces. The Samsung S95F, on the other hand, takes the opposite approach. Its new glare-free 2.0 matte screen practically eliminates mirror-like reflections. Reviewers called it a lifesaver for daytime viewing, and everyday users said it was the first OLED they could comfortably watch in full daylight. The trade-off? That matte layer slightly lifts black levels in bright rooms, so scenes lose a bit of that deep, glossy contrast OLED fans love. Both TVs are built to impress, the LG with its gallery-inspired elegance and the Samsung with a sleek, futuristic look enhanced by its hidden cable One Connect box. So your choice here really depends on your environment. Bright room comfort leans Samsung, while cinema-style atmosphere feels more at home with LG. This is where things get serious, because when you're paying several $1,000s for a flagship OLED, picture quality is everything. The LG G5 introduces something special this year: a primary tandem RGB OLED panel. Essentially, two OLED layers stacked for higher brightness and longevity. That tech gives it record-breaking HDR highlights, small bright elements like reflections, stars, or sparks. They explode off the screen with stunning intensity. Expert testers consistently ranked it as the brightest OLED they've ever measured in real-world conditions. Colors are rich but accurate, and LG's tone mapping preserves detail even in challenging HDR scenes. Whether it's a dimly lit movie or a sports match under harsh stadium lights, the G5 balances both with cinematic precision. The only limitation? In extremely bright rooms, those glossy reflections we mentioned earlier can still be a mild distraction. Samsung's S95F fights back with its QD OLED technology, and it's a different kind of brilliance. Instead of chasing peak brightness and highlights, it delivers superb full-screen brightness, perfect for sports or daytime viewing. Its quantum dot layer means colors stay punchy at any brightness level, giving everything a slightly more saturated, vivid pop. However, some reviewers noticed that the S95F's matte coating, while fantastic for glare, slightly flattens dark scenes in ambient light. Blacks can look more charcoal than ink. For movie lovers watching in a dark room, that small difference makes the LG feel more cinematic. In short, they're both impressive, but they excel in different arenas. The LG G5 dominates HDR depth and cinematic immersion, while the Samsung S95F shines in bright room realism and everyday versatility. For gamers, both of these TVs are serious pieces of hardware. They share nearly identical specs on paper: 4 HDMI 2.1 ports, 4K at 165Hz, variable refresh rate, and ultra-low input lag. So responsiveness isn't a concern. Both feel instant. The real difference comes down to how games look and feel. The LG G5 supports Dolby Vision gaming, giving compatible titles more refined color and dynamic range. Shadows look deeper and highlights feel more controlled. It's the kind of subtle upgrade you notice in cinematic games or story-driven titles. Samsung S95F skips Dolby Vision but uses HDR10+ gaming, and while support is rarer, it still delivers excellent contrast and detail. What stands out more is its consistency. The matte screen and higher overall brightness means visuals stay punchy no matter the time of day. So while LG caters more to players chasing maximum fidelity and nuanced HDR, Samsung feels built for the kind of gaming you can jump into anytime without worrying about setup or lighting. Two different flavors of top tier depending on how you play. At this price point, you're not really buying the TV for its speakers, you're buying it for the panel. Still, it's worth knowing what you get out of the box. The LG G5 sounds clean, but a little thin. Voices are clear, and it handles dialogue well, but there's not much low-end depth or room-filling power. Most reviewers agree it's perfectly fine for casual use, but a soundbar or external setup transforms it into a proper home theater. The Samsung S95F has slightly fuller audio, but the difference isn't dramatic. Its built-in system supports virtual surround modes and integrates neatly with Samsung soundbars through Q Symphony, where the TV and soundbar work together. It's a nice touch, though not a must-have. Where both TVs really stand out is in their smart experience. LG's latest WebOS 25 is faster and cleaner than before, with better app organization and personalized recommendations. Samsung's Tizen OS, paired with the One Connect box, keeps things equally smooth and clutter-free. Plus, it handles multi-device connections beautifully. So while neither TV replaces a sound system, both deliver a polished, intuitive, smart experience that feels effortless day to day. The real takeaway? Buy for the picture, then add the sound you want. Now let's talk about what these TVs actually cost, and what you get for that money. The LG G5 OLED typically retails between $3,499 and $3,999 for the 65-inch model. It's not cheap, and you're paying for bleeding-edge panel technology and the full Dolby Vision experience. Around big sales like Black Friday, discounts often drop it closer to the low $2,000 range, which makes it a much easier buy if you time it right. The Samsung S95F OLED usually comes in a few $100s lower, around $3,297 to $3,497, and sometimes dips under $2,000 as promotions kick in. That makes it a strong value for people who want near-identical performance, plus the practical advantage of the anti-glare finish. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, the decision isn't really about which is better, but which fits your space and priorities. If you watch a lot of movies, appreciate that glossy cinematic finish, and want Dolby Vision compatibility, the LG G5 gives you the truest theater experience an OLED can offer right now. If you spend more time watching sports, streaming shows during the day, or gaming in a bright environment, the Samsung S95F is easier to live with and delivers more consistent performance for less money. Both are premium TVs, and you're not making a bad choice either way. It's just about matching the tech to how you actually use your TV. When you read through hundreds of reviews and test results, a clear story starts to form. The LG G5 OLED is the enthusiast's choice. The TV that pushes picture quality to its limit, with unmatched HDR precision and Dolby Vision support that makes every movie feel cinematic. It's built for people who care about image depth, contrast control, and long-term performance. The Samsung S95F OLED, meanwhile, is all about usability. It takes almost everything great about OLED and makes it easier to enjoy every day. No reflections, no fuss, just consistent brightness, and excellent gaming support at a slightly lower price. So if your setup leans toward a home theater vibe where you want the absolute best picture, go LG. And if you want a gorgeous screen that works beautifully in any lighting, go Samsung.